Hello everyone, welcome to Building the Ultimate Matchbox Car Collection. My name is Tyrone. This is a show all about the Holden FJ panel van. The three I have to show you today, well, I have much more than three, but the first three, we zip him off stage left, 143s. There were six in this series. I have three to show you because they're quite hard to get hold of. Did I show you the card? 1955 Holden FJ 2104 panel van. Not sure what the 2104 is all about. I just know it is an FJ panel van. The Golden Anniversary Holden set. They were very nicely packed. If you're ever wondering where the undercoat grey on the modern cars comes from, it's not a new idea, but they did it back then because it was one of the cheapest paints they could produce, and still suffering from the effects of world wars and things, because they can get quite expensive. They opted for the cheapest run-of-the-mill paint. Now it's a roller too, I thought it might be. Now the modern cars charge you a premium for the undercoat grey, but back in 55, cheap as chips. Very Australian licence plate, very Australian all round really, although Holden was obviously a Chevy company, Chevy being the parent company, but Australians made it their own in the Holden FJ. That's the grey one. They all came like this, but with this outer box. That was for the grey one. Nothing there to see, folks. Hopefully the polystyrene doesn't make an awful sound through the microphone. I'm almost certain it will, but I'll open them as gingerly as possible. Squeak! It's always the snow that comes with polystyrene, but it does do a great job of protecting everything. These things are 20-something years old. When did I see the copyright? 1996. So, yeah, wasn't yesterday, was it? And here again we have a very cheap paint to produce, just to keep the cost of the car down. But when you've got a ute, well, when you had a ute back then, you weren't looking for flashiness like they do today. When I see utes and panel vans and things all done up today, I think that would be quite useless to me because I'd be too worried about the paint job. Whereas this, bash and crash all day long, and the ute's just doing its job, isn't it? That one doesn't roll. Might be the snow on the wheel. Beautiful. Quite austere when they're put together with those paint jobs. I'll show you this one and then we'll get on with the 164s I have to show you. There are 11 of them in my collection. A bit easier to get hold of around here than these things. 54 Holden FJ 2106 Utility, or Ute as they're called around here. Speaking of austere, but this is quite classy. I'll just get rid of some of the snow. Nice. The tonneau cover just lifts off. Absolutely mint. Should have run the rag over them before I turn the camera on, but when things like this come in, especially if they're really good material for a video, as these are, I'll just take a peek and then close up the boxes until the camera starts rolling, so I can have a look at them for the first time with everybody out there. Not much going on the base, but And interestingly, they're screwed on, so if you did want to do a revamp, you could. I'm not sure why you would, but that's had a bit of a ding. Bit of a fender bender. Is that a roller? Yes. But they're not toys. Serious business. Yeah, that doesn't want to roll at all. That one does. And that one a little. Right, let's get into more my wheelhouse. Clear the rubbish off the table. So I got this on a mega haul. I bought somebody's collection and this happened to be in it, I think. Was this in... I did a video called the best haul of 2023, so fairly recently. Certainly not in the start of my collecting days. And the others I have to show you of this one, they're many and varied. West Coast Eagles, that might have come from the same haul actually. It was around the same time of 2023 that came in. West Coast Eagles are a Australian football team, or footy as it's called here. Everything's abbreviated in Australia. Even our Prime Minister doesn't say Australia, he says Australia, which I've told you before, I'll tell you again, it drives me bonkers. That'd be the flagship, wouldn't it, with Matchbox on it? And then we waz it up. Bit of outback on the side. The bush. And they've all kind of got the Australian theme. Surfing is a big part of life in Australia. With all of our lovely beaches. We're off to the beach soon, actually, today. Lovely day out there. Royal Mail, that's not Australian. I like that colour. I'm not sure if it's more orange than red or more red than orange, but I like it. You put it next to that one and it looks orange, but you see it alone and it's roughly red. And green, love the bold colours. It's such a slab of a vehicle. Going bold works really well. Another football team. Got a bunch of football teams. Hawks, another Australian Football League team. When you see the dates on this, 1897, Australia isn't that old. Well, it's that old, but it's relatively a new country compared to Europe and, Europe. But you imagine what Australia looked like in 1897, but they were still playing footy. And Cats rounds out the last of the football teams. It's a Victorian team. It's had a bit of a ding too, but that's alright. It's the only one I could get hold of. And remember the Star Cars series? Laverne and Shirley scored themselves an FJ. And the last one in the 164 collection I have, there's actually 1,842 variant. No, I'm joking. Probably there is, but I have 11. Auto One is a parts store. Yeah, they are my 11. I'm quite proud of them. The whole idea, I'll get the rubble out of the way, the whole idea of collecting is you never get to the end, do you? Because what's the point of continuing? There's nothing left to live for. But as I say, I'm quite proud of my 11 FJ Holdens, and now my 3 big ones. That's not a complete set either. Move aside. They're mucking up the shop. Slightly wonky, but that's alright. Even there we go. We got it right in the end. Don't they look good together? Maybe they should be in the foreground because, it's the trick of, is it small or is it far away? Yeah, I'm quite happy with that lineup. Not all panel vans. We've got a ute in the middle at the back, but it fits. Lovely. There's my FJ Holden collection. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.